So let's continue, guys. Let's say we want to change this value over the time, meaning at frame 1 we will put here two keyframe 0.5 and 1.5, and at frame 24 it will change to be 1.5 and 0.5, the opposite. Let's not forget to put another two keyframe. Alt click to put a keyframe. Okay, so let's hit play to see if anything changing. Nothing changing, same result at the beginning, 0.5, 0.1, even if those are changing, if those parameters are changing. Why it's not changing? Simply because Vellum solver only read the value of parameter at frame 1 only, meaning it's not going to read any parameter in frame 2 or 3 or 10 or whatever. Okay, it only stick or copy only all the parameter at frame 1, so it's not going to read any changing. Okay, so how exactly can we change it? Only inside Vellum solver. So let's see how we can do this. Let's copy this one and then let's disable this one by clicking this button, or simply click Q on the keyboard. It will disable it. So now this code will not going to work. Okay, so let's get inside the Vellum solver, and here, since we are working in the constraint, so we will use the Vellum constraint properties. Okay, and let's connect it to the force, and let's see what we can do here. First of all, as we can see here, we have all the constraint or all the properties that in the constraint, Vellum constraint. As we can see, we have the stiffness, we have the damping ratio, we have receipt length, compression, stiffness, blah blah blah. Okay, and let's not forget the stretch has a group called stretch group. Okay, so because if we can see here, we have two stiffness in the stretch and in the bend. We have damping ratio in the stretch and in the temp, same as receipt angle, as we can see here. It's here called receipt length and here called receipt angle. Okay, and stiffness, drop off, plasticity, all this stuff. Okay, so to choose which constraint we are working on, we have to choose a stretch. Okay, otherwise any change we'll make here, it will change both the bend and stretch, and we don't want that. We only work in the stretch. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, so this is first. Second, we need to change the we have receipt length and we have receipt length scale. Receipt length scale actually is the parameter that we want. The receipt distance of constraint, but we will choose receipt. Yeah, this is original. Okay, so let's click on it, and let's click on the use expression, because we want to multiply this attribute, multiply it in the code that we write before here in the attribute wrangler. Okay, so let's paste it here. Okay, so let's copy again one more time, Control C and then Control V to write it here in the vex expression. As we can see here, it's called receipt scale, so we will change it to receipt scale. So let's change it receipt scale, and also we don't need f8 because since it's written inside here, So as we can see, parameter called receipt scale, and we will put here multiply, and we will delete this one since this receipt length original, it's the same as the receipt scale. Okay, so we will delete all this and this multiply as well. Okay, and shift enter. Let's type this one here. Let's put here 0.5 and 1.5. Let's see what's going on. Is it going to work? Yeah, exactly, as we can see it's work now as we expected. Okay, so now we can change this. So let's see if we change it, if it will be changed in the inside the volume. Let's see here, I will put it 2, and here will be 0.5, and let's hit keyframe, and let's see the result. Yeah, perfect. As we can see, it just worked fine. Let's put another one here and another one here, and here maybe I will put it 0.2 and maybe 1.5. Let's not forget to put a 2 keyframe, alt click. So let's see again, as we can see here. Perfect, we'll change again. So let's talk a little bit what's happening under the hood. First of all, in the Vellum constraint is working in the constraint geometry, meaning anything we will make here, the change will happen in the constraint geometry. We can see the geometry constraint here. If we go, I think, to the Vellum, yeah, we have the constraint geometry, and the geometry, we are not working in the geometry, we are working in the constraint geometry. So this one, choose which one we will work on it. Okay, constraint geometry. Let's go to the primitive. I think here we will find what we are looking for. We will find the mask because it's down there, as we can see here. The mask is here and going in the second one, the constraint geometry, so it will read it here. Okay, it will read the mask. And also we have the where is the receipt length? Yeah, here is the receipt length and receipt length origin. So even if we write receipt length or receipt length origin, it will read it because it's already here in those posts. Also, I want to say something. So if we change even this number will definitely multiply by those two posts. So let's say, for example, we have 1, then we have let's make this, then we have 2, then we have this one here, and then we have a 1. So let's see what's going to happen if we hit play. So basically this number will multiply, as we can see, let's multiply in those two both, in this number and this number, those will multiply in 1. Okay, as we can see here. So it's expand more and more. Okay, so this is the first way to do it. There is another way to do it. I think we can make a pop wrangler or a geometry wrangler. Both will work. Geometry wrangler. So let's say first, Let's work in geometry wrangler first, but of course we have to choose a primitive. The binding geometry, let's make sure it will be the constraint geometry like this. And the second input, we want to have the value from the second one, so we'll choose a second constant geometry, meaning if it will read this one. This is the second. Okay. No, I think this is the first, second, third, fourth, but we don't have a fourth here. Okay, I will make something. I will simply just make this and I will say out. So basically, instead of choose, because I think those are 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are both those four. We can choose a second content text geometry, meaning we're choosing this second input, which we will have the mask already inside it. We don't have to choose sub. I don't know, to be honest, why it's not working when I choose sub, but since it's already reading the mask, so we don't need this line. And for this line, as we can see here, it's just the same line as here. We just Control A, Control C, and inside here just we will paste it. Forget this line. Okay, and simply click this one. We'll have background and foreground, and we will put our value that we want. And let's hit play to see what's happening. As we can see here, it just totally work fine. It's not reading from here, even if I delete this one like this. But since I deleted, so I must delete the switch as well. Yeah, as we can see here, just work fine. And now we can change it again like this. Let's go here, maybe put another one, this and this. Let's disable this one, and let's put 1.5.5 and like this, and also another keyframe and back again like 0.5 and 1.5. So let's see what we have so far. Yeah, it just worked fine, but we did it with a geometry wrangler, and I think if we did the same thing in the pop wrangler, it will do the same. But we have to, as well, to do same step, changing this to constraint geometry, put this a second, and then put the code here and make the same thing. Okay, so since we are here for this far, I will just make another one like a force. So let's add a force, pop force. Okay, we can make a force here, and let's put one force here, wind up, and let's make the amplitude 1. Maybe the swirl scale is 0.5. Okay, but now we don't need the gravity, so I think the gravity, we should disable it from here. The force, we simply just make a 0, and let's see what we have here so far. Hit play. Yeah, there is already a gravity, but maybe a wind, but maybe I will make it 2 or maybe 4 to make it just stronger. Yeah, there is a wind. Yeah, as we can see here, the wind, it just blow it up, as we can see. Okay, it also can be, if we want to see it much better, maybe we can go here and go to the animation, and let's disable all this, just leave all this. Okay, so we have only 4, so let's hit play again. Yeah, as we can see, Let's go back here. Let's stand here again, and maybe we should space 2, and let's choose all this like that and hit enter. Yeah, it read it, as we can see here. Space 1. Let's get inside here. Let's see what we have so far. Yeah, as we can see here. Maybe also we can multiply by 1 or 2 if we want to make more same as we use this one as a multiplier. We can use it also as a multiplier here if we want. Multiply by channel, let's name it scale. Yeah, but we have to. We need this one too also. Let's put here 1. 1 is not going to change it. It's not going to change, I think, a lot. But if we put 2, I think the 2 will change a little more. Yeah, as we can see here, now it gives us much more result. As we can see here, it's changing, but it's working same as the scale that we use it here. So let's make a switch just to finish the file. This one, and this one. So both will work the same. This or this will work the same. So I think this is it for this lesson.